Good morning, YouTubers. It's now Friday, November the 1st. Hard to believe it's already November. I thought we'd take a quick look at our project we're working on right now, this Toyota Tacoma. I think it's a 2002, 2003, something like that. The first day I didn't get much done because every time I got out here, even though it was raining, that don't stop me. It was little rumbling going on up in the sky, so that means lightning somewhere close by. So I don't argue with Mother Nature in that case. Yesterday I still had to dodge some rumblings and that sort of thing, but I did get out here and I stripped the tires, the wheels. I strip washed all the vinyl, like these fender flares, that sort of thing. That cap under the bumper there, because I'm gonna need to restore that. This grill stuff in here, the headlights, tail lights, that sort of thing. So that's what tires and wheels look like that are strip washed but haven't been prepped yet for restoration. And our wheel here that we're concerned about, I cleaned them very thoroughly, but as you can see there, you got this stuff here. That ain't gonna come off, I don't believe. I'm gonna try to polish it a little bit, but the cleaners didn't do it a bit of good. I strip washed the mud flaps on the front and the back, the mirrors, which are some kind of plastic, I think, all that sort of thing. The truck's not in terrible shape, but you can see the finish is a little bit dull and it's hard to pick it up. But when you run your hand across it, you can feel all kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do here in a little while is start what we call strip washing it and the glass, which is a multi-step process. First, I'll start off with a pre-rinse with my power washer. Get as much crap off of it as we can. And then we'll foam it with some strip soap using a foam cannon. I just used the cheap one off of Amazon that I got. I haven't bought one of them real expensive ones. We'll have to work on that bumper cap some more. You can see it's not in bad shape. Now the rear paint is a little better because this truck has been hit by a tractor trailer from behind. It was pretty well mashed up. So the rear paint is new, relatively new. It's a repaint, as you know, so are the decals and that sort of thing. So the rear paint looks a little better, but when you feel of it, you can tell it's not as good a quality of paint as the OEM paint on the front. And one telltale sign is on these Tacomas, particularly in this generation, when you start to feel the paint down here, it goes from a real smooth finish up here. When you start transitioning down here, it's got kind of a pebbly surface where they put it on really thick and some extra coating and blah 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 that helps protect it. When you feel of it back here, it's smooth all the way down. They did not do for that what the factory did here. So that's one way I was able to tell. Plus, when you get it out in good light, you can see a little difference in the color, but not much. Pretty decent job. The roof, yeah, the old roof's got all kind of contaminants and stuff. Some of that's just surface film from where it sat outside last night, but that'll come off very easily. So you can see it's not terrible shape on the outside. Well, we come to the inside now. I think the inside's going to take me longer than the outside because it's kind of nasty. You can see some stains there. I'm gonna have to try to figure out the nature of those stains. For example, on the seat here, because the type of stain dictates the type of cleaner you use, and so sometimes you have to clean them several times. Underneath is not terrible. The mats, I'm trying to get that loose, I can't. The mats are pretty bad. He's got these rubber mats over the top, which is a good thing, man. That thing's wedged in there. Leave the seat back. And you can see the mats are stained up pretty bad, where somebody has spilled something that almost looks like a coffee stain. When you look at the console, it is pretty nasty. Oh man, it's caked with something. I mean, look down in there. That's going to be a challenge getting it out. Looks like some cigarette stains, maybe some coffee. I'm not sure what all's on that driver's seat there, but that'll be a challenge. The rest of it's just a little bit grimy. And I was talking with him the other day. I think the customer put this dressing that's on the dash. It comes all, it's got a slickery feel to it, which means it's probably silicone based or petroleum based, which is really not what you need to do. I'll get that nice and clean and put a water based dressing on it that won't leave that little slippery, greasy feel to it. And you can see over there the driver's door inside is really bad. Got a lot of dirt and grease and grime. But that right there is damage. I told him there's nothing I can do about that. I can't clean damage off. I can make it look better, but I can't reverse damage to a large degree. I can help it some, maybe if we re-dye it or something, but that's not at this level of detail. The steering wheel is not too bad, as you might expect. It's all greasy and grimy. Everything's all dusty. So we'll have to get in all these little nooks and crannies and all down in here. I think there's going to be a lot of steaming going on. Back seat I really won't show you because it's not bad, but it will need some attention. But now all of a sudden it's turned off quite chilly out here, so I'm headed back inside to get my warmer clothes on and put my rain suit on and all that kind of stuff, rubber boots, because if you get wet, which you will do when washing a car, because after the foaming and all that, I'll have to do the contact wash and then the decon and all that, and you'll be constantly using the power washer, so you will get wet. And if you get wet when it's cool out here, it gets nasty. As you can see, I can't tell for sure if I'm picking that up, but one of the things I plan to get done today is possibly the headlights, which are bad, but they should come out okay, because you can tell when I wet my finger and rub it across there, it kind of goes away. If there's damage on the inside of the lens, I can't do nothing about that. Well, you can, but it's a long drawn out process, and you'd have to charge too much to do that. And we'll get on these fender flares once again for y'all. There you can see the oxidation once again. If you wet it, that's pretty much what it'll look like when I get finished. And we'll strip the glass and all that. Alright folks, let's get at it. Thank you, YouTubers. If you want to see the rest of this process, I'll try to explain exactly the products that I'm using as I go along. And we're going to finish this little baby off with a ceramic coating. Hit that subscribe button for me and help me out, y'all. Have a good day. I'm anxious to get at it.